This is the most broken shot in FC25, and today I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it with 5 simple tips. Let's get into it. That's right, guys. Trivelas are back, and they're back in a really strong way in this year's game. And the first thing that you need to get right is actually in your settings. So as we go here into settings, and then we're going to go to game settings, you need to ensure your shot assistance is on assisted. Now, if you follow pro games and stuff like that, you'll know that precision shooting is mandatory for them this year. This is not helpful at all when it comes to utilizing these Trivelas. Like, the pros are at a huge disadvantage being on precision shooting when it comes to actually applying this overpowered shot type. So absolutely make sure assisted shooting is on. If you use precision, everything else that I'm going to say to you in this video doesn't really apply. So assisted is absolutely necessary. Now, the next 4 tips are all about how to actually get it right in game. So to practice this, we're going to go to Learn to Play, Practice Arena. Now, once you get into the practice arena, you can actually pause and go practice match. And if you pause again, you can select your difficulty to whatever you want to actually practice this yourself as well as me show you it. So if you want to actually get a feel for this before going online, this is a great way to do it with no time restraints or anything like that. We can just put it on beginner to make sure we've got no resistance from the AI, just so it's easy to demonstrate. Now, the first thing you need to ensure you're doing to master the Trivela is actually holding the left trigger or L2, depending on what console you're on, when performing the shot. If you aren't holding the left trigger, you're not guaranteed to get the consistent outside of the foot animation. It just ensures that they're going for the correct shot type. So always make sure you're holding the left trigger before actually activating the shot. Because as you can see there, without holding it, sometimes they can just go for weird shot animations. But when we hold the left trigger, we get the outside of the foot shot. Now, tip number 3 is position. Where can you hit the Trivela from? Now, to be honest, this year they seem to go in from a lot of different places. There isn't too much of a specific here. I'll just say, if you're with a right footer, anywhere on this side of the D on the edge of the box, anywhere within this area is fine. Even as wide as around here is still applicable. You can hit them from anywhere in this region that I'm sort of running around right now. You can hit them centrally if you get like an off angle like this, but they're not as consistent, and sometimes they hit the more powerful ones. So I'd always aim to hit it with a right footer anywhere in this kind of area here, and then vice versa on the other side of the box with the left footer. Now, next up is your body position, which is arguably the most important pointer when it comes to hitting Trivelas. As a general rule of thumb, I would always say you kind of want to just be facing at a 45-degree angle in relation to the goal. Or, if you were like a bit more of a mental picture, just think of like sort of facing the corner flag. That's a good way to think of it. Now, I would say you can go as far as literally facing the byline. That generally will still give you the correct animation. So anywhere from this 45-degree angle to facing the byline will give you the correct Trivela animation. Like I mentioned earlier, as long as you're at this generous angle to the side, they will hit the right animation. That one was blocked by the defender, but you can try it again here. Really facing wide. Goalkeeper saves that one, but as you can see, we really consistently get that outside of the foot shot. Don't be scared to hit them with your sort of defensive midfielders and such as well, because as you can see, it's just the shot type that is overpowered. You don't have to be necessarily doing this with players with amazing shooting. That was Schuameni. I think his shooting is low 80s, maybe even in the 70s, I'm not sure. But, you know, you would think you need to be doing this with Vini and Mbappe. Absolutely not the case. Like, anywhere in that area with that sort of angle, you're positioning your body, as you can see, they just fly in. Now, tip number 5, which is the hardest element of mastering this, is that they go in a lot more consistently when you green time the shots. Now, in previous years, you were able to get away with it, but this year, I'd say you've got to be trying to green time the shots when hitting these Trivelas, because they are significantly better when you green time them. So really practice your timing with these shots. As you can see, I hit that one yellow. You see how off target that went? Whereas now we'll hit one green. And look at that. I mean, that one didn't go in, but that was an audacious attempt and it nearly flew in. But as you can see now, if we do it from a little bit closer and green it, look how consistent that shot is. It's just night and day from when you yellow or red time or even just white time the shot. Greening it, particularly around that edge of the box, is almost a guaranteed goal. The one I hit the bar with was a little bit more ambitious. It was further out. But anywhere around that edge and you green it, you've got the correct angle. You're just guaranteed goals. Here's an ambitious one, because why not? I mean, just look at that. So even green timing them from far out, as much as they're not going to be as guaranteed from that far out, you can still just see how overpowered the shot type is. Around the edges, almost guaranteed. from a bit further out, it's still maybe a coin toss. You still might score. That is everything from me today, guys. Short and sweet, just how I like to try and keep the tutorials. I don't like to drag them out or waffle on too much. If this does help you out, please do let me know down below. But as always, guys, if you did make it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn your bell on. Take care, guys.